Thank you all for this tremendous honor. It's always an honor to speak to my brother and sister Teamsters in the movement. But today is different. We come together at an exceptional moment in our history. These are extraordinary times, troubling times. We face the greatest economic crisis since the Great Depression. 16 million Americans who cannot find work would be bad enough. Millions of families who's thrown out of their homes would be bad enough. Foreclosures coming so fast, banks cannot keep up with their paperwork. That would be bad enough. That would be bad enough, but it even gets worse. They're blaming us. The unions are being blamed for it all. We're not surprised. We've always had enemies in high places. Enemies who would say anything and do anything, but now, under the pretext of budget negotiations and eliminating budget deficits, Scott Walker and his cohorts would eliminate workers' rights, our hard-earned union rights, the rights to an honest day's work and an honest day's pay, the right to organize, the right to earn a living and support a family. These basic rights are being challenged from Wisconsin to Ohio to Indiana and now, sadly, New Jersey. It's that bad. But we have to ask ourselves, how did we get to this point where we, the working people, are being blamed for what they did? This is their latest attempt to rewrite history. The abuse and inequities suffered by workers before we got the right to organize have been reduced to a mere footnote in history. People have forgotten. No, they haven't forgotten. They were never told that the working people could not support their families until there was a union. That working people did not have enough money to buy what they made with their hands until there was a union. That working people did not have time for their families because they worked 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, until there was a union. They were never told that the American way of life, with decent wages, secure homes, good neighborhoods, was not given to us by captains of industry. Working people stood up and said, we want our fair share, and took it. We fought bosses who told us that we had no rights. Sit down, shut up, take the crumbs that we give you. We fought the goons who beat us and killed us, murdered us, our wives, our families. We fought politicians and judges who jailed us and sent us off to the gallows. We fought sheriffs who shot us and locked us out. We fought for decades. And finally, we had some money in our pockets. Don't let anyone ever forget, the middle class is what built this country. This country was built with blood, sweat, and tears of the middle class. We won the battle, but don't anybody get disillusioned. The war is not over. Today is more important than ever that labor stands up again. We must tell our story. We have to get beyond the glaring headlights of the talking heads rhetoric. We need to get to the facts because the facts tell the real story. The real story is that pension benefits of school safety agents and hospital police officers supporting their families on $28,000 a year is not what brought this country down. It's the Wall Street fat cats and their mismanagement of our pension systems that created the greatest economic depression that we've seen in our lifetime. Not us. And when you read about the attacks on collective bargaining in states like Wisconsin, New Jersey, Ohio, Indiana, Remember, the facts tell a different story. In states like Texas and North Carolina, where there is no collective bargaining, those states are facing the greatest economic deficits they've ever seen. Their budget problems are worse than any other state. Don't ever forget, the battle being fought now is not about collective bargaining, it's not about budgets. It's about silencing the voice of the worker. It's all about busting the union. The union-busting governors have been bought in Wisconsin, in Maine, in Texas, and they've been bought, and the senators have been bought, and their congressmen have been bought, and their Paul Ryans and all of their stooges. And the goons attack us day and night. On Fox News and talk radio, we've been to this movie before. We know how it all ends. They didn't stop us before, and they're not going to stop us now. We will not sit down. We will not shut up. We will stand together. We will stand up. We will fight for the rights of our members and all people for a living wage and Medicare and Medicaid. We will meet old age with dignity, not fear. And let's not forget one thing, and let's get it straight. Medicare and Social Security are not a safety net in the Circus Act. They are the poles that hold up the tent we live in, called the middle class. We built that tent, and no one's going to take it away from us. We're not going to apologize for our rights, but we're going to fight for them. When the bought and paid for politicians tell us, we can't afford this anymore, and their goons repeat their lies, we will stand up. You're not going to blame us for your greed. The union worker won't be the fall guy, not us. You won't scapegoat the union anymore. We're going to stand up. We're going to tell them, this isn't Maine, this isn't Ohio, this isn't Indiana, this isn't New Jersey, this isn't Florida, this isn't Wisconsin. This is America. We built it. We love it. We're not going to let you take it away. We're going to take it back. Thank you.